Hi YouTube, how are you doing? I'm doing okay, not too bad. I just got through watching Danny Jones' channel. He had on exorcist named Bob Larson. It was super interesting. Almost, well, I would have so liked to have been able to talk to Bob Larson. I did subscribe to him just a few days back here, but not to combat him or anything, just to see what he's all about personally as a human being. As a human being, he seems likable enough, but not that I'd um like say that his personality grabs out like, hey, I want to be this dude's friend. Not like that, but enough where like he's an interesting human being, I guess is what I'm getting at. Anyway, he's intelligent, he knows what he's doing and why he is doing it. So cheers everybody. Um my main thing that's been on my mind most of the night now has been, I don't know how many of the people that are listening to me live in the United States and have read your Constitution and our Bill of Rights, but I have a video reading the Constitution. I have another video just in particular about the 13th Amendment. That's where it states that nobody holding a government political office can be an attorney. How many of those? And I'm talking about the offices, not the Supreme Court or the justices. I'm talking about Congress and senators and all of them. They're supposed to be our peers, period. And it says right in there that um, if they're part of the bar association, they're omitted from serving as a public servant like that. It's a fact. It's in our Constitution. But that's not the part of the Constitution I'm going to talk about today. You can go read it for yourself. I was going to read it again for people, but it's like, well, just know that in 1933 they took away the American people's ability to buy gold. They made it illegal for you to purchase gold and to possess gold. And that is the year that our gold backed currency was replaced with paper. Now it's getting even worse. And where do you think a lot of that, um, our actual tangible gold ended up? English. It's a fact. Um, right now, with this implementation of digital currency, it's another way to um, not pay the people back according to the gold standard that your taxes have paid for. Your taxes pay to make that government run. Your taxes pay to ensure that the Internal Revenue Service, that the gold-based currency is held in our reserve. And Trump is talking about closing the Federal Reserve entirely. All of it bothers me. There was something else I was going to say about our bank and the gold-backed currency. It'll probably come to me here in a moment. But So if you're somebody, excuse me, not thinking that this digital currency that we're being railroaded into is a good thing, it isn't. It's just one more step closer to them keeping the actual tangible funds that the United States has created as a corporation together. So that's what's going on with that. There's another thing Trump's doing, and Doug, Trump supporter, he's telling me about this, and I'm thinking, what? So okay, whatever. Um, where now they're taking people that are on Social Security and they're going to pay them according to their birthday. So if your birthday is on like the first of the month, you'll get it like the first week of the month. And if you're like the 15th and after, it'll be like the third week. For those 2 weeks, there's 2 weeks on either side of that, that the bank that is our gold backed currency is going to be keeping those funds for an entire month, literally, um, that they can keep the dividends off of it, all the interest that the people have earned, that they're going to keep that. That's one way that they have kept the earnings from the people for an entire month, just by changing the date of when the people on assets are going to receive their money. Isn't that a trip? Yeah, bookkeeping supreme there. But those Trump supporters are like, ooh ha, we love Trump, you know? Yeah, you have no idea how bad you're getting hosed. And Doug just ignores it like it's business as usual. And even when I brought the interest up on the interest bearing currency, he just, it like just went away. I mentioned it, and it's like there was nothing after that. It's like, oh, all right, okay. I can't really talk to these people that are supporting either side of this paradigm, you know, paradigm. It's radical, unbelievable. So I just wanted to bring that to people's attention that this non gold based currency is another form of theft towards us. It really is. So, nothing I can do about it, but I mean, I can let people know, um, you know, how we're getting hosed some more, you know. How would you like it if they did like they did during the Dust Bowl days, come to your house and take your gold right from you? What if they did that with gold and silver right now? What would we do? Any ideas? Would you die for it? I might, depending on the mood I'm in, if that were to happen, honestly. Because um, sometimes till that moment, I don't even know what I'm going to do. That's why the Dark Cabal has a hard time with me, because sometimes I really don't make any plans. I just go with the flow. And when you're around a lot of chaos and you can use it as a tool or a weapon, you learn to kind of go with things, not along with them, but with the flow of the situation, you know? So, I think that's so dirty. Just dirty. There's no reason why we can't have gold backed currency. China's doing it. Do you know that the Chinese advise their citizens? The government advises their citizens to invest in gold. You don't hear Trump saying that. Why isn't our president telling us? Why isn't he telling you to invest in silver with all the computing that's going on, and silver being the most desired metal to make all these components? Why? Because he's one of them. That's why. Yeah. Even copper is going to become scarce, you know. It's not like there isn't any on the planet. It's just that it's been mismanaged and all the thievery that has gone on, you know. It's like Israel getting money from us. Do you know Israel itself, that tiny little state of Israel, has more diamonds than anywhere on the planet, not out of their ground, from other places, their wealth. Yeah, it's a fact. Oh, yeah. So that's what was on my mind today, just getting people to read our Constitution and our Bill of Rights. It only takes about 15 minutes to read through it. The Bill of Rights takes a little longer, but if you invest like about an hour of your time and realize what I'm just telling you, at least realize the laws that are being broken by these treasonous, which is punishable by death, people. And all their funds that they have, all their assets are to be seized. They're supposed to be, um, well, yeah, it says like excommunicated out of our country. But if it's punishable by death, then you don't have to really worry about kicking them out of the country, you know. But all their assets are to be seized. This is all these people that are treasonous. This is what is required by law, our laws, that they aren't abiding by for the people that they're supposed to be serving. What a bunch of creeps. Yeah, they are. They're just using us. It's been going on ever since they made money, you know. That's why they hate people like us. We barter a lot, and they're trying to make it illegal where we can't even do that. Or that, know what really irks me is when you buy a used car that has already been paid for with sales tax and the license plates and the tabs and everything else. And then they turn around to sell it again, and the state gets in there again and for the same vehicle takes taxes from a new person. How did they get in there on that transaction? Writing laws that are illegal against the people, you know? I'm sure they'd like to get their little taxes in on, say, like Amish, if there were like some baked good or some piece of clothing or something that the Amish do. Maybe you're going to a blacksmith for some reason or their lumber mill. I'm sure they'd love to find a way to get in there and tax the Amish. I'm sure they would, but they're sovereign and they can't. So, what? Do we all have to make ourselves individual churches and then we can pull the sovereignty card? Or it's like, what is that, the 1480 or whatever it is on the taxes that make you exempt, you know? But yeah, there would be a way around it, you know? One way or another, a person could find a way around it if they wanted to. But I forget what that's called. I think it's the 1080 on the 1080 form. Um, yeah, I guess I can't remember. But I used to know a little more about that. But yeah, I don't know. I am so looking forward to the rest of the interview off of Danny Jones with Amon Hillman and Bob Larson. That's what I'm waiting for. Oh, it's gonna be exquisite. I just know it, you know. Two totally opposite outlooks, all because of religion and language. It's going to be great. Anyway, so I don't know when that's coming out, but I'm waiting. I'm patient. Then I'll sure say something about it, what I feel about it. But I mean, as far as Bob Larson saying he's exorcist, or people, he says that you have to believe in God and the devil in order to be um, to have the demon taken out of you. But how does that work if, like with The Exorcist, the movie, that little girl, she wasn't sitting there saying she loves Jesus and she wanted her demon taken out of her, or that she believed in the devil. This chick was out of her mind. She couldn't say who she loved if she had wanted to. How do you do that with somebody that's so demon possessed that they couldn't help themselves if they wanted to? This dude's never come up against some of the stuff I've come up against. But that'd be like going up to Satan and saying that you're going to demonize him, you know? How do you take Satan out of Satan, you know? It's impossible. I'm just saying, it, he said in order for a person to be able to be exorcised, they have to believe in both entities. Well, even Satan believes in God. He doesn't worship him, but he knows there's God, you know. Or maybe Satan thinks God is a female. I think some people think that. Some people think Satan is a female. I'd really like to get a lot of people's who talk about these things, their actual opinion on if they think it's gender exclusive. You know, what's their take on that, you know? Or if they think it's maybe a mixture. Yeah, I don't know. So, well, I'm going to cut this one a little short today. I did want to give you a little insight on what our Constitution says, that our gold, our money, is supposed to be gold backed, period. So that screams treason by their actions, and it's punishable by death. So whatever anybody says doesn't matter. This is my contract between me and my government, or my government and I. Whether you think that applies to you, then you're not taking that contract, their promises to the American people, very serious. I'm really taking it serious. So I appreciate you being here. Have a really good night or day wherever you're at. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.